No one needs that many Game Boys. No one needs that many Game Boys. Here's the game room. We're not going yet. We're going to go to the bedroom where the magic happens and see a bunch of extra crap. Hey, so here's a giant Mario. Alright, what do we have in this trunk? Let's see. Oh, God. Look at this stuff that no one ever wanted. Alright, we got some handheld games here. Here's a Digicom electronic baseball. Bowlatronic. Oh, that's right. Entex was a pretty big maker of games that everyone's forgotten about. Everyone always talked about Coleco and Mattel, but Entex, they made a lot of handheld. This is a Space Invaders one right here. Here's a horse race analyzer. Not so much a game, but you know, if you bought this though, you're on your way to really having major gambling problems. Digital Derby, Auto Raceway. This is not exactly. It's almost a video game, but it's not. Here's a couple of Game & Watches. These are the only Game & Watches I have. Mario Brothers, Game & Watch, and a Donkey Kong Game & Watch. Well, these are multi-screens, and these are some of the cheaper ones you can find, but they still run you about 40 bucks. And Game & Watches, you gotta love them. Nintendo, you gotta love Nintendo, right? No? Alright, we have a talking football game by Tiger. Tiger pretty much took over the LCD handheld market in the late 80s and probably controlled it for the next 6-7 years until the mid-90s. And these were pretty good. They're pretty fun. They're a little more advanced than the regular handhelds. Next up, we have a Microvision right here. Ooh, Microvision. So the Microvision, you know, was the first interchangeable handheld game. And wow, that's fancy packaging right there. I don't have any games for it besides one that came with Blockbuster, which was a breakout sort of clone. And these are cool. These are hard to find. And why do I have this? Wow, Fairchild Channel F cards in here, which probably means I have a Fairchild Channel F system underneath here. But here's some Fairchild Channel F cartridges. There's a box one, and 10-1 that I'll never ever play. Oh, Vidicard 10. Whoa! Look at this. There's a Tiger pinball game. That's pretty cool. There's an older, no, excuse me, newer pinball game. Here's a Radio Shack game from the mid-80s. Here's a head-to-head football. Here's an old school one right here. Head-to-head football. This is not going to balance well. We have an Acclaim handheld. Acclaim handhelds are harder to find, more hard to find than the Tiger ones, the Total Recall. Konami also had their own line of some electronic LCD games. Here's a Star Trek one. Highway. My first ever handheld LCD game from Radio Shack. This is probably like 86 about. And it was fun, it's cute, and I brought this all the way from my childhood to here. So it means a lot to me. It means a lot. Okay, I'm done with this. Frog! Look at this, it has eyes that move while one's pushed in. Look at this thing. Who came out with this thing? Property of Laura. What is this? Oh, cool stuff in here. Here are my Famicom games. Again, this is not Nintendo, but, well, it's not Nintendo anyway, but anyway, whatever. So here's a lot of games that didn't come out here. This game never came out in the US. I don't know what it's called, but it didn't come out here. You know, you got a 63-in-1 multi-cart here. You got an Arkanoid. You got a 1942 in here. You got another multi-cart, a 76-in-1. You have a Volgard 2, which didn't come out here. You have another game that didn't come out here, and you have the Honeybee adapter. If you want to play these games on your NES, you just insert like so, and then put into your Nintendo, and enjoy hours and hours of Japanese gaming fun. And the Splatterhouse, which didn't come out here, but it was not, you know, a gory, sort of horrific Splatterhouse. It was a fun, cartoony Splatterhouse, because everyone knows Splatterhouse is supposed to be fun. Actually a good game. Oh yeah! I keep this stuff in the trunk because it's like sort of like the relic, you know, game collection. You know, the stuff that no one remembers or no one cares about, you know, pre-Atari or around Atari 2600, but the unpopular ones. We'll start from right to left here. We'll start first with the Rca Studio 2, an extremely hard to find system that, you know, was the first interchangeable carts. Actually, no, it wasn't the first interchangeable carts. It was in the first 3 interchangeable cart systems. And you got some games here. You got some tennis squash. You got some Space War. So this is a black and white system, which did not help out. It also didn't help out the fact that, you know, if you actually take a look at it, it looks like an intercom. It's really a weird system. You have keys. You don't have a joystick. You don't have, you know, a paddle. So it's very, very esoteric system that no one cares, and I don't know why I have this. Next to it, we have the first system that had interchangeable carts. We saw the carts before, but here's the Fairchild Channel F with the wood grain, and the nifty controllers that go up, down, left, right. And you got an action button, and it's almost like a primitive VCR here. And yeah, I'll play this at some point. Okay, next to it, we have the Emerson Arcadia 2001. Wow, this is the system everyone's talking about. No one's talking about the Emerson Arcadia 2001. It was a failed system and a half. Look at those great graphics there. What year was this? 76? No, this was the early 80s, and they still look awful. So yeah, Emerson, known for what? Making toaster ovens and refrigerators, try to get into the video game market. That didn't really work out for them, did it? A couple games for it. We got Cat Tracks here for the, what the hell is this? Looks like a VCR tape or Betamax. This is for the Emerson Arcadia right here. And this is the extent of my Emerson Arcadia collection. We have Space Attack right there. Vectrex games, controllers, yeah. You haven't seen the Vectrex yet, but you know what a Vectrex is. There's a Vectrex Extra controller, which is a joystick and 4 buttons. Here's a newly made light pen. There's a guy out there who makes these, and they're very nice guy named Chuck. Here's the original Vectrex light pen. These are only used on 3 games. There was a music game, and there was 2 art games, and I have a couple of them here. Animaction, which is an animation game on the Vectrex. And there's another one, but yeah, these are my Vectrex games. These I've come across over the years. Don't find these at flea markets usually. I've only known people find these at flea markets like once or twice. These games came from a Craigslist deal. I got most of these from a Craigslist deal. Armor Attack, that's pretty cool. It's sort of like Combat. Spike, which is the only platformer on the system, and it has really good voice effects on there. And yeah, I really like that. Ooh, Scramble. So I really like the Vectrex a lot, and we'll get into that in a bit. And that's the Vectrex. Space War, and Hyper Chase, and oh, Art Master. That's the one I have. I don't have Melody Master. Here is another extremely rare system. Even loose it's rare, but here it is in the box. It is the APF MP1000. Now, this was a failed system. They also came out with the Imagination machine computer system, which I used to own, and for some reason I decided to sell it years back because I thought I'm only collecting Nintendo stuff, and that thing's probably worth a few grand right now. That's okay. And I also have some game carts for the APF. These are extremely hard to find on their own too. Blackjack, Hangman, Tic-Tac-Toe, Pinball, and yeah, very gaudy, rudimentary graphics, and just a strange system that no one cares about. But underneath, there's the Odyssey 1 underneath there, and you know about the Odyssey, right? It's, you know, you have a little blip on the screen and paddles, and you move them around, and there's 6 different little carts it came with, and you had overlays you put on the computer screen, and it was barely a video game. That's considered the first video game system ever. And yeah, it even came with dice, it came with poker chips and cards, and really it was almost like a board game for your TV, more so than a video game system. And so this is the Relic trunk. Say goodbye for now. These systems may never be seen again by anyone. Whoa! Close it up! No! No! People want to blame me! No, they don't. We're almost done with my bedroom. Okay? My room is a mess. I understand that. Here is an N64 in the case. Wow! It's an N64 in the case. Oh, here's the Generation Next. Now, this was released about 5 years back. Probably the best NES clone that came out for a couple of reasons. It looks really nice, and it smells new, and it looks cool, and it plays Famicom games in the top and NES games. And they also had available, didn't come with it, little controllers that had thumb pads on them and built-in turbo, and they were wireless. Can't find these anymore. Maybe I'll eBay it. Maybe you'll buy it for me. Maybe I'll be able to put this back in the box. Oh, another N64. And some calculators. Some Texas Instruments calculators. This is a huge-ass calculator. It's on a game system. Got a crosshair on it. Here is a hard-to-find, aqua teal N64. Oh, here's my few VIC-20 games. Yeah. The Count, Miss Pac-Man. What is that? Tooth Invaders? What the hell? What? Atari Programming Guide. Here's a Commodore 64 Introduction to Basic. I'm sure Rue would want to read that and digest that. And, oh, more Intellivision stuff. There's the Intellivision keyboard, which I think originally they wanted to come with it, but here's the keyboard. Here is the Intellivision, the hell is this thing? Computer adapter. Oh, yeah. Sure, I know about that. Alright, we're done with this room. Well, welcome to Pat's Game Room. No, nothing out of the ordinary, just a bunch of stuff, average size collection I got. So I got the Sega Dreamcast there. That's a must-have for me. Shelves of game stuff. Okay, we have the tabletop games right up here first. Is a boxed Sega Nomad. This is basically the NES Zapper section right here. Or non-Zapper Zapper section. Yeah. Shooting section NES. Yep. Come on.